Welcome everybody to the fourth episode of the Deep Day podcast. I'm sorry for last week's episode. We had some technical difficulties. Josh, shut the fuck up. You are part of it. Um, so today we're going to bring you a full episode. We were going to do this topic last week, but we couldn't. So now you get like the topic that we were going to do last week for this week, if that makes sense. Right. So I'm going to introduce today's topic. There will only be three of us. Bear in mind, Alex is still not feeling well. He's having his own problems going on. So we still want to make the content for you guys. Right. So today's topic is going to be how has lockdown affected us, right? And that's from when the whole COVID shit started in December, 2 years ago now almost, right? And what am I saying almost? It's been a year.
Mate, COVID. Mate, it's been a month now, I think. Like a month since it properly. Getting a threat. Ah, shit. Drop my handcuffs. Edit that out.
That's staying in.
Oh, drop my handcuffs. Silly me.
Just a casual handcuff dropping day, especially on Valentine's Day, Josh, right?
Yeah, what can I say?
I wonder why you have
Gallus.
handcuffs.
Gallist. Yeah, so, how's lockdown affected you guys?
It's been pretty shit, really.
Yeah. Who hasn't been shit, bro?
It's sort of better than the last one. Like, it is, but it isn't. Like, the last lockdown, because it was the first thing that we've ever had that's like that, it was so... It became a norm just not seeing people. Like, I had sort of a daily routine to go out for an hour, cycle ride, and I stuck to that hour, and it was only me. And it was just like that for weeks and weeks and weeks. But this
What
one...
I will say is I think it would be even worse for you, Headley, because it's just you and your mum at your house, right?
Yeah. Oh, there is a thing saying that if you're a lone no. Yeah, if you're a lone parent, you can, like, band with someone or something.
Oh,
But-
fair enough.
Yeah.
That's just...
I
Yeah,
think
have you seen that?
I think we should start off talking about the first one, right? And then
Yeah.
we'll move on to the second one.
That was an absolute
The first one, I imagine
shambles.
it's like at least I had like my sister and both my parents just because
Yeah.
like three. I can just imagine like you're having the same conversations over and over again. It's like at least having it with three different people. So I can
Mhm.
imagine it'd be proper rough for you. Yeah. I think the first one, it was just the first few weeks were kind of like something fresh, something new. It was just like this new sensation of not having school or anything,
Yeah.
especially for us because we were in year 11. It was like we didn't even at Southborough. At Southborough, we didn't even get.
You just cut out, Josh. But yeah, I was so glad that I didn't have GCSEs.
Ah!
Wow, okay.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me now. Yeah, no. At Southborough, they just said basically sink or swim, and they just didn't give us any lessons.
Yeah, I
Oh, they
remember that.
Well, we had transition stuff.
But it was very much a case of like, if you didn't make yourself do work, you wouldn't end up doing work.
Yeah, and I was not doing work, so I didn't do work.
Same for me. Even at private school, with all that shit going on, with like being in for lessons and everything, we had mock exams, but then they were like, yeah, nah, if you feel ill, just go home and stay at home and just don't come into school.
I think that's the problem. The problem was that they tried to tell us that it would be a 2 week to a month thing. So it was like, oh, missing 2 weeks of school. Like one of my biggest regrets is that I never came into our last day of school because my
I
mum.
didn't either. I got sent home. Pissed me
It was
off.
around my birthday, and my birthday got cancelled. And because my mum had been like, my mum works in London, she thought she might be ill, so we like cancelled my party because we didn't think it was good to have people around. And then I started coughing, so I stayed home, and it turned out to be absolutely nothing. Like I was fine, but it was just that one day because I coughed for one day. It wasn't even like a lot, just once or twice. It meant I had to miss the last 2 weeks of school, and it's like there's so many people now that have gone to different schools that I would have never. Because I saw pictures from that last day, everyone was signing shirts. It just probably felt like a good day to be there.
Yeah.
And I just thought, oh, it's just going to be me getting 2 weeks off school. Like, it wasn't like I was going like, oh, mum, please let me go in. It was me going like, oh yeah, 2 weeks of school I'm going to miss, and then we're going to be back in a couple of months.
Mm.
Yeah, and then obviously, like we say in hindsight now, yeah, we were fine with our GCSEs getting cancelled, but until they told us that we were getting our teachers' results, I was shitting it.
Same. If they had gone off my mock exams with like my fucking U's in maths, I would have cried. But you know, my teachers rated me. That saved my life. That I was so happy when I got the 7s and 6s and all that jazz. But man, it was stressful.
I think I tried to keep it fresh as much as possible. Like I tried to do like interesting. Like I don't know if you guys have seen it. I made like a massive marble thing running through my house, which I want to do again. So.
Didn't you do like but was it TikToks you did? Well, you just did different like not challenges.
Yeah, I tried out TikTok just because it was literally nothing.
You know, your
to do.
TikToks were actually funny.
Yeah.
They were good. They were quite insane.
Just underscore Josh, I think 04 something like that. I won't upload it.
If you find it, Josh, I'll tag you in the description.
Yeah. But like, and that was fun. It was just like an entire, and like honestly, that was one of the best days. It was just an entire day of having something to do. It was just like so draining, just having nothing.
But then
after
like,
that, got to the point where you wanted work.
In like the actual summer holidays, right? I think that was the best summer holiday I've ever had, regardless of like the whole COVID thing. Just spending time at the river with my friends. I think that was the best summer holiday.
Yeah, we should clarify that's after they loosened it, isn't it?
Yeah, so exactly.
That was after lockdown.
That was
and
after.
It was just kind of like I think it was like the sun. There's some kind of phrase. It's like the sun's always better after the rain. It's like, because we hadn't seen everyone for so long, seeing them all and having no work and no GCSEs to worry about was so nice. It was like
yeah. I think that's my best summer I've ever had. Ever.
Yeah. Summer of 2016 was elite. Pokemon Go was unbeatable.
Oh yeah, see, I wasn't.
It was like just in the. It was a point where you were still hanging out with like your primary school friends, but you'd also made new friends from secondary school. So I was like 1 week I'd be chilling with like my new mates from secondary school. Next week I'd be chilling with I was legendary. But yeah, no, it was a great summer. Few interesting memories along the way. But that's something for another podcast.
Rude.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another story for another time.
However, though, with like the whole summer thing, I was at like the peak of my using in that time as well. So in that aspect, it wasn't that great. Like the memories that I have now of like going to the river, sitting in the sun, swimming, being with all you guys, that is like really, really nice. But then all the aftermath of that, going into rehab and all that shit, like that summer had its ups and definitely had its downs as well.
Yeah, but hopefully all of that can lead to a better summer this year, and you can actually enjoy it to its fullest.
That's what I'm hoping as well.
I think I'm very grateful that all that happened, because it made you realise the change you needed to make, and now you're a better person all round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Josh. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Well, he's only being polite for the podcast.
I was, when your letter came, I was shaking with anger when you said you listed like 5 people and then said the rest of the boys, and I was in the rest of the boys. I was shaking with anger, Phil.
Sorry. Who got the letter sent to them? Me.
Headley.
Yeah.
I only remembered your address.
No, I wasn't, because I'm lovely.
Right. Okay. Now it pissed me off though. I sent it and it comes a month later. I was getting so gassed to get a letter back from the boys. I was like asking my therapist daily. I was like, yo, have I got a letter back? Have I got a letter back? And then 2 days before I fucking leave the clinic, you guys get the fucking letter. It pissed me off, man.
Yeah, no, it came and I was thinking, oh, we'll write one back. And then I was thinking, oh, I'll read the date on the back to see how long it took. I read the date and it had come over a month, and I was thinking, well, if it was out in a couple of weeks. Or not.
Yeah, it's not much point.
A couple of days. You got it like on the 8th, and I was out on the 12th.
It was about a week. Yeah. So that was really big. Yeah. But you're here now. It's not like we're not mates anymore.
Do you still have it, the letter, or not? Would you like throw it
Yeah,
out?
I'll keep it in my drawer. I'll keep it in my drawer.
That's
Aw.
mad.
I've got to keep that.
Yeah, but I think the first lockdown was. I think it's hot. I think so far the second lockdown's obviously been a lot shorter, right? Like
I
it hasn't
think
been
So far.
so far exactly. And I think
No, we're in the third lockdown already. This is the third one.
what was the second one?
No, there wasn't really a...
Well, no, because the Christmas period, so it was before summer, then summer we had 3, then after summer leading to
yeah.
Christmas, that was
no, yeah,
lockdown
no, it was,
2.
yeah, wasn't it?
Then Boris fucking lifted it for Christmas, which is
Christmas, though, it was
ridiculous.
like-
I don't understand why on like I don't know how long over Christmas they lifted it, but that is ridiculous. Do you know how many people died? Like all the old people
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, but
It was-
you don't know how much drama this guy would have got.
It's the
if he didn't.
most
Because-
wonderful
But what's more important,
So,
saving
like,
lives?
of the year.
Yeah, people don't understand that. And another thing people don't understand is, I read something, it was something like, we released more vaccinations than the whole of Europe at one time. I don't know about that now. And people still find a way to complain. That's what I
Yeah.
hate. Like, you can be the best at something and someone will still complain. Like, I understand, like, constructive criticism, you might call it, and like how you can improve. But when you're just being an asshole, like, where's that going to get you? It doesn't get anyone anywhere. right?
Sorry, because
Oh,
you're
for
talking about how
fuck's
the
sake.
government's doing their best, guys. Leave them alone.
They are. Boris is faced with unprecedented times. No, we can't. I'm not going to get political because I'm just going to dig myself a hole here.
Sorry, did you literally just have a go at Boris opening Christmas time? Because so many people
Yeah,
died.
he's a bellend for doing that, but he's trying his best, man.
Oh, Boris?
See, I
Yeah,
can
no,
literally-
people think if they put someone else in power, they'll be able to just sort it all out. You don't understand how much this guy
I
has to
think
do.
he's done a shit job though.
He has to do everything a prime minister normally has to do. Like, people forget that he still has other things to do other than just Corona. Because he has Corona, EU, Brexit,
So
and fucking all
think
the
he
other
handled,
shit.
you guys think he handled it well, do you?
No, I wouldn't say well, but he's doing the best he can. Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying
Okay,
his best.
if I'm doing the best I can, doesn't mean I'm a good president or prime minister. I think someone who can do better should be doing the best they can.
Yeah, but he's trying. Yeah, but the thing is, someone who could possibly do better is either not recognised or just probably not in Parliament. Someone who can do better is where some like Binman down the street,
Maybe.
and they don't necessarily try their best either. They possibly could do better, but they're not trying their best. Boris is trying to please everyone while keeping everyone safe.
I mean, everyone who's earning over a certain cap.
Right. Shall we get back onto topic?
I think the first lockdown was way easier than the second lockdown.
Yeah, it just sort of became routine.
You had like the Thursday clapping. You had like people doing lockdowns. Like it was just like you had the Joe Wick stuff. Like it was like people trying their best to inspire others.
Yeah, what really inspired me was in Italy when they did the singing out of the windows and everything. That was amazing. That was crazy. Like the armed police were walking around, but then the fucking Italians were like, "La di la di la," making pasta and singing. It was great.
Making pasta. Oh my god.
Pasta and singing. Yeah, it was I think people showed unity in that time.
Yeah, like with all the food banks and all the schools handing out the meals and all those things, people really came together.
Now Marcus Rashford's feeding the
Help each
children out
other.
of their
Yeah,
pocket.
respect for that.
Shite.
Respect.
So yeah, I think the first lockdown was a lot more of a sense of unity, and we can get through this together. And now it's just everyone's sick of it, tired.
Yeah,
But I think as
But,
a friendship group, we have grown closer together. Because
No, I hate Headley's guts.
fair
yeah,
enough.
same. I hate Josh too. So that's fair.
Maybe just me then, because after
Well, we just like you. Well, you think that as well? Fucking hell, I don't know what's going on in your brain, but that's definitely wrong.
right, okay, thanks Hadley.
That's alright. Just reminding you.
Yeah, cool. Keeping my ego in check there, right?
Yeah,
We have to.
can't let it go out of control.
But I think personally for myself, I've gotten rid of toxic energies in my life, and I've made some of the closest friends I have
Definitely.
now. Like,
Toxic energies, not to name any in specific.
But yeah, no.
Like you know the old Pokemon things there. Who's that toxic energy? Just a
Oh
shape
yeah.
Arthur.
No, but like I've made the best friends. I've met so many new people. Like yeah, my mental health deteriorated, but I was living this fucking dream, this fantasy world where I was being God, basically. Where I felt like a god. But then I was actually really lonely, and no one really liked me because I was just a big douchebag. But I thought in my head
Yeah.
I was like, yes, everyone loves me. Look at me, I'm so great. Just because I have my dad's money, and I was just spending my dad's money, not even my own. It's really sad actually. Now that I look back
Yeah.
at it.
Well,
Um,
second lockdown.
I th-
Oh, we're sort of on it.
the first
Carry on.
lockdown was like just everyone like banded together. I think there's a lot more self pity and just everyone wants to go out for themselves. Like I think some people are still going out and
Yeah.
making everyone else's time a lot harder, which I can't imagine. I couldn't imagine doing it. It's just like a such
No, no, I'm staying at
selfish
home.
thing to
I'm
do.
not really seeing that many people. If anything, I'm only meeting up with one other person to go on a walk. So
Yeah, I go on walks with people when I walk my dog. Just
yeah,
that little interaction.
it's
But
just
yeah, no, it's just like a case of
those
I think
people having
if we can get that sense
parties.
of community again.
Yeah, or when I heard, what was it, like Yorkshire Police were on the radio once and they said they gave 6 people £10,000 fines for hosting parties.
That's
I just think
ridiculous.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 60 grand just gone like that.
Yeah, but it's stupid.
It is
Like,
so
it's so
stupid.
stupid. Like,
Yeah,
easiest way to lose your money, host a party.
it was like that police
Right.
officer that gave that guy a warning. He was like, "Sir, please put on your mask," and the guy said no. And then the police officer's like, "All right, £250 fine. That's the most expensive face mask you've ever worn."
Oh, that was jokes. That was actually funny.
But why?
Deserves
Why
it,
not put
though.
on the face mask? I don't understand. It's just a bit ridiculous, really.
And the people who like still don't believe it, it's just like
And then people complain when people
and I
like
just see
dying
I
and
see
shit.
so many people going, I need to go out, it's for my mental health. And I'm like, you don't need to go drinking with your mates 4 times a week for your mental health. Piss off with your mental health.
If anything, it makes it worse.
Yeah, like the people with mental health who are struggling with their mental health are the people staying inside doing everything they can to
To protect the ones
be
they
able to
love.
get out again. It's like
Yeah.
imagine using that as an excuse to go out. It's so shitty.
Or those people saying they're exempt just because they don't want to wear a face mask. That's really shitty as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, who am I to judge? I've done my fair share of stuff as well during lockdown, but I am trying to stay safe. Like I wash my hands and I always wear a face mask. Hey, listen. Boris says sing happy birthday twice, yeah? And my hands are clean. That's what I'm doing.
I sing drill and wash my hands.
Yes, exactly. Sing Digger D whilst washing my hands. Jeez. I think just from this conversation that we're having, we can see how much lockdown has affected us.
Yeah, it's just very
It's
draining.
It's just like there's stuff
I'm so
going
tired of
on,
online
but
school.
very minor. It's oh, what did you do today? Oh,
Slept.
well, I had
watched
a shower
Netflix,
and
yeah.
then I made some breakfast and then watched some
I think
TV.
it's just like a case of like teachers seem to think that since we're at home, it's like they could give extra work because it's like I don't understand it. Where
No, like I get they need to keep our brain like active because
Well,
I
they
know
get
after
more
6
homework
weeks
than we were
holiday I can barely
before.
write. But yeah.
I mean, what would have been really interesting is to see Alex's perspective on this, because Norway
Yeah, it
has
was
a lot of
interesting in
different
Norway, yeah.
rules, and they're no longer in like a proper lockdown, I believe, because he's going to school, gyms are open, their restaurants are open, I believe. So it would have been a really interesting perspective.
But he had to go and die. He had to go and like contract like death, and now he sounds terrible, and it's not gone well.
Sadly. I can give a slight comparison though, maybe. When I was in the Netherlands, the restaurants were open and like clubs were open, I believe. People could go bowling and museums and everything. So I think Europe handled the whole COVID situation a lot better than
Yeah, I think
we
they
did here in
cocked
the
up
UK.
vaccines. But yeah, they definitely did. And I just can't understand the government now trying to blame the youth and be like, because it's like they dangled it in front of our faces, didn't they? With the whole help out to eat out. Come on, come get free food.
Eat
And
out?
now that
Oh,
No, Headley, no.
sorry. I was still on handcuffs.
It's Valentine's Day, I get it, but keep that to
Because they
yourself.
did like the whole
Anyone
thing
got
where it was like
Valentine?
50%
Josh
off.
had a Valentine, didn't he?
Josh
They
had
did
2
the whole thing where
Valentines.
it was like, what can I say,
Yeah,
ladies'
lucky bastard.
Sorry,
Sorry, Josh.
they did like the whole thing where it was like 50% off, and they like made everyone go out pretty much. They were like 50% off here, 50% off there, and then
Oh yeah, the McDonald's
everyone
thing.
went out. Everyone went out, and now it's like, oh, this is your fault, the youth, and it's just like, I feel like we're being used a bit as scapegoats.
Fuck,
kinda
something's
making
burning
up
in
for
my
that.
room. That's not good. Fuck.
I do.
Alright, it's gone
So
out.
this is the only entertainment we have now
Like,
in lockdown.
Jesus Christ, it
Oh, I
smells.
smell burning. Oh, I'll search my whole house for it.
Sometimes I set something. I tell my mum, can you just set something a light in our house and then leave? It'll be a fun game to try and find it.
Hide and seek with the fire.
Yeah.
But you have to count to 2 hours, just so it really starts going.
Oh yeah. Kind of a small one. No fun then.
One of the highlights of like the lockdown thing with the rule of 6, right? So not like full on lockdown, but just before
Yeah.
lockdown, was the poker nights. When there were 6 of us
Oh yeah.
playing
So
poker,
Quality.
having some drinks, just the whole atmosphere, that was one of my highlights, and I will always treasure those moments. Sitting in the Mamba cave, playing poker,
Yeah,
music.
that was quality. I'll agree with that.
That was mad. I enjoyed that so much, just mashing out poker.
Yeah.
Eddie, remember that one time you were doing some crazy stuff?
Yeah.
Me?
I
Or Headley?
No, me.
What was Headley doing?
Not my finest hour, but
Wait, what was
yeah,
Headley
I
doing?
Headley was
I
in the back.
was high on happiness.
Yeah. We're just
Yeah, high on life.
Happiness and black tar heroin.
Fuck yeah, injecting that shit into my veins. Yet.
yeah, growth mindset, see? Lockdown growth mindset.
Growth mindset, exactly. Go from cannabis, got to go to heroin. Alright, and what's after that? Crack? Oh no,
I
that's...
think this is like all pretty much the same level.
I think heroin.
Yeah, you just get to a point and
Probably.
it's just like, you take more of the shit stuff rather than going on to something else.
I think heroin is like the worst level of drug.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's like injecting
'Cause then
into your
injecting,
veins.
like-
Yeah.
Blacky, yellowy.
Shit! I just died on
Yeah, that-
Minecraft. Sorry.
What a Josh
Oh,
moment.
I burnt to death. I burnt to death. I'm furious.
Maybe that was the burning smell I smelt.
Oh, maybe. I
Fine.
might just
Little,
been
little
few
flex here.
people,
I have
but,
netherite gear. I'll be fine.
The third lockdown, right? The one that we're in now.
Yeah.
Guys, this has probably been the most boring lockdown because it's just like a
Oh.
repetition.
It's like again. It's like we're doing
Yeah.
this again.
Yeah. And I'm running out of video games to play, and I'm running out of books to read. I can't be bothered with schoolwork really, but I'm still doing it. But it's just boring. I have nothing to do.
Just in case our teachers are listening.
What
I
was
can't
that?
find my netherite chest plate.
That's
Right.
such an L.
It can't have burned. Netherite doesn't burn.
I
Like, the
could
next
just
time,
sing for 5
otherwise-
minutes.
You were singing this yesterday, Headley.
Can't get you out of my head.
Oh, I was wearing it the entire time.
Josh, that is brilliant.
Well, I was wearing it the entire time.
Yeah, it's like me looking for
Oh,
my
look, it's like-
glasses, but I had them there on my head.
Let me just turn on my phone flashlight. I think my phone fell under the couch. Let me just use my flashlight on my phone to look for it.
Oh, that's great. Wait, holidays this year, right? Well.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
have you guys had any holidays cancelled?
Yeah, Cuba. Well,
Oh my god.
yeah.
Really
Germany
going for the
and.
drug lord route, hey?
Shh.
Yeah, no, I was going to go visit my family in South Africa, which got cancelled.
Yep, I was gonna go Germany, visit grandma and granddad, but can't
I
do that.
was gonna kill myself and I can still do that, so it's cool.
I mean, you
Yeah.
are sitting in your car right now, so just turn on the exhaust, hose a pipe through your window, and just start the engine.
Hose a pipe through my window.
Yeah, and start breathing the carbon monoxide.
Hose a pipe through my
I
window.
was gonna make a joke there, but it was a bit far.
What?
Finding a lot of netherite here, by the way, guys. 8 netherite I'm on. Everyone watching at home, got 8 netherite currently.
Watching? What? A black screen with voices.
Also known as Phil without his schizophrenia meds.
Wow, Josh!
Is that too far?
Maybe a little.
Ask him. I don't know. Is he
Phil, is
dead?
that too far? Phil's gone silent.
He's on his way to your house now. He's got an axe in his hand.
Get it? Because, like, he said black screen with voices.
Yeah. Josh, nice one. You're bare funny. Ha ha ha. Comedy. Yes. Dying of laughter out here. Shall we just end it here then? It's just because we're missing Alex and...
Yeah. He would have bought so much and we would have like a fucking
Yeah.
3-hour-long conversation. We just edit it down
It's
to
just
like
long
one.
talking about COVID, innit? It's just like, I'm so sick and tired of it.
Alright, well I'm going to end it here then.
Oh, wait, you're going to commit suicide on... Cool.
Josh,
Oh,
Are you
please,
a
I wanna
toaster?
hear that.
because I want to have a bath with you.
Oh, shut up. You got out from fucking Sideman.
Yeah, shush.
Yeah, do you know what looks good on you?
What?
Me.
Oh!
Phil, is your first name Lightning?
No.
Because I want to make you McQueen. Ka-chow.
Okay. Thank you everyone
Oh, good, right.
Lightning McQueen joke.
Yeah.
for... Headley, you love your cars, don't you?
Yeah.
Headley would definitely
but it's a
give...
nice car.
Headley
Oh, I'm not gonna offend
masturbates
Americans.
over, like, Volvos.
Yeah,
Volvo
I...
T30 T5, 2.5 litre
Right,
engine,
okay.
0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. You dumb.
Thank you everyone for listening to the 4th episode of the Deep Day podcast. It was a pleasure to have you. And we will see you next week. Thank you and goodbye. Thank you for listening to the Deep Day podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Spotify, iTunes and YouTube. Enjoy the podcast and more can be found at www.deepdaycast.com. Thanks again and have a great week.